Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is a June 1443 variant, question number 6, and topic is kinematics. Uh, the question is particles start from rest, from O, move a straight line, and the velocity of the particle is from the O after leaving O is from 0 to 60 seconds, and we given this formula. Okay, but after when a particle hits the wall and it's in a 60 and reverse in direction, make sure when particle, this is observer, and when particle is going away, speed is positive considered, and when it comes back to observer, velocity always negative, and it's confirmed from here reverse direction. So it means velocity is negative, and negative means confirmed velocity positive above x-axis and negative below x-axis. So this is a reason. So we have a two graphs. This graph must be above, and this graph must be below x-axis. And you know that above the distance is whenever, for example, if I have any graph above positive distance and below negative distance. So we while integrating, while solving, we have to be careful, especially this one. So let's start. And he said that after 60 in reverse direction, come to rest at point A. It means it goes away, hit the wall, and then come back and stop somewhere here at a point A, according to situation. It means at this particular point, velocity 100% zero. So and this formula is given from 60 to 100. 0 to 60, we have this formula, and we have given both. So find the velocity of the particle immediately before hits the wall. Before hits the wall, it means I will use this formula. And immediately after hits the wall, so I will use this formula. How I know? Because he says where this is a before 60 and this after 60. So idea is very, very clear. So let's try. First of all, it is a no need to integrate. Reason velocity we need, and we have expression of velocity. So no need of integration and no need of differentiation. Okay. So I think idea is confirmed. So I'm doing the part I. So how to get it before hitting? So before hitting, how to get it? So I will plug in 60 in this formula. So add T60. So I'll use above formula 0.05 60 minus 0.0005 and 60 to power 2. And when I solve it, the answer I'm getting, let me type it, and 0.305 into 60 to power 2. It tends to be 1.2 meter per second, positive answer. It means at 60, it's still going away because answer is positive. And now it is this just before hitting. And now I talk about after hitting. So at 60, once again, I will plug in, but I will use second equation. So velocity is equal to 0.025 into 60 and negative 2.5. And if I type in calculator, okay, 0.025 into 60 and negative 2.5 gives you negative 1. And this negative sign shows here that it is coming back to the observer. So this point is very clear. And he's asking velocity, so I should not eliminate the minus sign. If he asks for speed, then I will write only 1. So this 2 marks achieved. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Now I'll go for part number 2. Part number 2 is a little tricky. He said total distance traveled by the particle. And I suggest you, whenever we have this scenario, we have best idea sketch a rough and use a function of table available in your calculator, and option number 7 when you press the mode button. Okay. So I'm doing parallel with you so you can understand. It will help us a lot. And I am typing this expression in the calculator, and then I will type it. So I think it's not hard to do it. Let me type. Yes. So start from where? Start from 0. Ends where? 60. And step how much? No need to take step 1. So I think step is 20 also acceptable, because I think we can 4 to 5 values are enough for us to understand. So I make it a diagram here and make sure, because I know that the diagram is positive and negative. So I will make in the middle of that. Okay, in the middle of that. So when I make it, so it is a very clear that I'm getting the values. I'm getting four values against 0, 20. This is 0, this is 20, this is a 40, this is a 60, this is a 80, and this is a 100. So I think this is enough. So 60 is here. So against 60, I'm getting, against 0, I'm getting 20. And what, sorry, against 0, highest value I'm getting is a 1.2. So I think best idea, this is a 1, and this is, or I can make it zero point 0.2, wait a minute, please. Zero point 0.2, zero point 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, and 1.2. So against 0, I'm getting 0. Against 20, I got 0.8. This is not compulsory to make it, but is good. It will help us to judge the idea, the diagram. Against 40, I get 1.2. It means diagram here. Against 60, I get again 1.2. It means it is going a little bit high and a peak. Anyway, the curve goes this way and stop here. So maybe it has a point of maxima in the middle of 0 and 40. How I know? Because against 40, I get 1.2. Against 60, I'm getting 1.2. Okay, this is done for this one. Now I'm going to make this diagram. So the same story, I can make it, and I will use same function mode and 7, and I will type this equation, and I'm going to make it 0.025 into t, negative 2, 0.5. Again, starting from where? 60 to 100. So 60 and ending at 100, and step you can take 20. So it gives you three values, one against 6, 60, and then it turns to be negative 1. So I'm going to show you negative 1 here, negative 0.2, 0.4, 6, and 8, and negative 1 here. And it means I will make this diagram the red color. So this is against negative 60, I'm getting negative 1. And then against 80, I'm getting negative 0.5, which is in the middle somewhere here. So approximately I'm making approximately, and against 100, I got a straight line. So if I make it a line, so you can see here, so Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Now you can ask one question from me. They said how it possible it jumped from positive to, because when particle goes and hit the wall, and the same time it goes back, so velocity direction changes here. So it take abruptly a very small time to change the direction. So what to do, how to represent diagram? So you can make it I'm sure again make green line. This green line is not compulsory to make it, but if you make it, okay. If you don't make it, no trouble at all. So you see this green line which I made is showing you that its direction changing. And hold on, this area is positive because above x-axis, and this area is negative below x-axis. And this become a right angle triangle because power of t is 1 and is a straight line. Power is 2. It's not a straight line, it's a parabolic curve. So I think our idea is very, very clear. If you want to avoid the sketchings, then you have to be expert in these things. Look, I'm going to show you. Plus t, got this kind of line. Negative t, you get this kind of line. Plus t square, you get this kind of curve. Negative t square, you get this kind of curve. Plus t cube, you get this kind of parabolic cubic equation. And negative t cube, you get this kind of turning point. It has no turning point in power 1. And in power 2, t2 power 2, one turning point, one turning point. If power 3, t cube, we have two turning points. You see here and here, and here and here. So I think clear. So you can see that negative t square, because we have it, this negative sign. So I have this part of curve here. And this power is positive t, you can see here. So I get this kind of line here. So if you become expert without using function of calculator, you can do directly. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So this point is very clear. Anyway, so I'm going to finish my question. And how to finish my question? I'm going to integrate this area. How to get it integrating? In this area, you integrate or you find directly. So no issue at all. How come, sir? This height is 1. How I know this 1? And how much this gap is 40? How this 40? 100 minus 60 give you 40. I can do by integrating, or can by simply half into base into height. So both works. So first of all, I want to go for this upper curve, this one. So distance turns to be integration 0 to 60 and 0.05 t negative 0.0005 t to power 2 and dt. And now if I integrate fully, increase the power by 1, so it means this t2 by 2, increase the power by 1, so 5t to power 3 by 3, and limit is 0 to 60. And if I have 0, no need to plug in because it will give you 0 answer. And if I type in the place of 60, so let's see what answer comes. And 1 minute, please. I check it in no time, inshallah. And I type it 305. Okay. So power 2 and okay. So 0 and 60, 61st. And I'm getting answer 54 meters. So distance is covered 54 meters going forward. Okay. And now, and he what total distance traveled by the particle. And I need to find this distance and that distance, I can integrate or I can find directly. So distance for the second part is half into base into height. Base is very clear. Base is a 100 minus 60. So 100 minus 60 become 40, and the height is a 1. Don't include this negative sign because that's for direction only. And I got 20 meters. So it means total distance turned to be 54 plus 20, 74 meters. And actually some students, when they integrate, they get negative answer for it. And sometimes by mistake, they write like this and they get a 34, which is a wrong answer. So why I get negative answer while integrating? If I integrate this equation of curve, for example, this with the 60 to 100, I will get negative answer, and negative answer, it will affect the answer. So that is why, so we have to be careful about it. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So this point is very clear. And now I'm going for the last part of the top question. And last part, find the maximum speed of the particle and sketch the particle with specific. Well, this part I have done already. Why? Because it helped me to solve the upper part. He asked me later on, but I have done before. So maximum speed is asking, and you know that maximum speed, I have to put acceleration 0. A question come for you, which equation, sir? This equation or that equation? So common sense, we have to use that equation. Why that equation? Because you saw the previous diagram. Look, I'm going to show you. This maximum speed comes somewhere here. So that is why you can understand clearly. So I think that's it. And showing time, speed is greatest. We need to show that one. So I think I'm going to finish the question and get ready for that. And that is a question he's asking for part number 3rd. So I'm going to differentiate velocity on the top, and I can differentiate this equation. Wait a minute, let me write it. 0.05 t negative 0.0005 t square. If I differentiate, I get acceleration 0.05 and 0.001 t. So when I put acceleration 0, from here I get the time, and this time I will plug, and time turns to be 0.05 divided by 0.001, I get 50. And I said before that is in the middle of 40 and 60, that is the maximum speed, which I can understand from here. So this time I will plug in back an equation. So Vmax. So plug 50 back here. So 0.05 into 50 minus 0.0005, 50 to power 2. And this will give me answer. And I'm going to finish my question and wait and watch. And 50 to power 2. And my answer turned to be 1.25 meter per second. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The question is completely over. We have done it well, Alhamdulillah.